Hi there, I'm your host Corinne, and this is Okay, But Are You Good? Where we check in on ourselves on a weekly basis to see how we're doing. Are we living our best lives, or are we just trying to get by? Another week, another living the dream, quote unquote. I think I've been chilling, life is lifing and I'm just doing what I can. So I hope you guys are having a real life living the dream week. So let's get into it. It's August. I cannot believe it. It's mid-August, actually. The year is just flying by. And I was like, whoa, did I do everything I needed this year? Like, there's not a lot of time. So I decided I need to do a little reset, mentally, physically, clean out. Instead of spring reset, I'm doing a summer reset. For me, I just need the best way to feel in control of your life is to clean out your house or your closet. And I think it will just be like a fresh restart because this year has been good. It hasn't been perfect, but life isn't perfect, right? And, to get a little bit deeper, it's how am I doing this year? What's working? What's not working? What do I want to bring into the new year? What do I not want to, almost the year's almost over. I mean, they already got Halloween decorations out. It's August. Not that I'm complaining, but it's the holidays are creeping around the corner and then bam, it's going to be 2027. So that's what we're going to talk about today is what do you want the rest of the year to look like? And I don't know about you, but I want to be intentional. I want to end on a good note and feel like, dang, Corinne, you killed it. You did everything you could have this year to set yourself up for success for the upcoming years, the rest of your life. That's how intentional I want to be. So we're doing our mid-year or a little bit over our mid-year reset. It's never too late, babes. And when you hear the word reset, it's okay, we got to switch up our whole life, our new routine, new habits, new schedule, new everything. And I want to pump the brakes on that because this isn't that type of reset. It's just a little freshen up, get back on track. We all don't have time to clean out our closets every single day or every single week. And so that's why this reset's more what's not working and what do I have to adjust kind of reset. I don't know. I got so motivated coming back from my half marathon and I was okay, you just check something else off your list for the year. Let's get your life back on track and a little bit refresh. So this is your sign. Go through your closet, declutter your kitchen, whatever isn't working, those clothes you haven't worn in over a year. Yeah, you're probably not going to wear them. So you got to get rid of them, organize your bathroom. It just feels so nice. I'm obsessed with those people and I'm trying to be one of those people that you have a place for everything. And if you put it back where it's supposed to be, then it's never messy. I am the most type A person, but also I'm messy organized half the time. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in my brain. So it works. So aside from physically resetting your life, it's I'm also working on what habits, what part of my routine has worked and what hasn't. And what do I enjoy? I don't want my life forever to look the same every single day. I want balance of I know this is what I'm going to wake up and do in my morning and evening routine, but the day is going to shift. Because for someone that's so type A, a schedule and know what to look forward to, I also despise that. And that just sums me up as who I am as a person, just organized chaos. And I feel the beauty of being in control of your life and how you want it to look is you can adjust and switch things up and make your routine more fun and learn and accept that, hey, what worked for me at the start of the year is not working for me right now. And it might, what you change now might not work for you at the end of the year and the start of next year. So I've been thinking about what hasn't been working or what has been and what do I need to tweak a little bit. I have gotten better at my overthinking and my anxiety, but I can feel it creeping up again. And I'm okay, let's write out your thoughts. Let's not forget what's worked out and what's found you peace of mind. Staying busy definitely helps, but what happens when life gets silent and you can't be busy in that exact moment forever? And that, my friends, I have not figured out. Hopefully sooner than later I will, but it's like this reset of like, okay, like remember, stick to what was working and like keep pushing towards it. Don't let your mind and your thoughts take over your whole life, because what does that lead to? Just sadness and stress. Speaking of stress, that's definitely something I'm like adding into this reset of, you got to chill out. You got to not think everything's fight or flight. I don't know how I'm going to shut that off, but I'm working on and like researching like ways that are going to work for me to slow down and like chill out a little bit more. And honestly realize that not everything is that big of a deal. People make mistakes. And for me, I'm kind of like, what's the worst case that can happen? And then if that worst case happens, you just have to like, I'll just figure it out. I've made it this far, so I will keep making it and keep putting in all my effort, which is why this reset's so beautiful. Cause it's like, okay, not everything's horrible. Not everything in my life needs to like do a complete 180. I just need to like freshen up a little bit mentally, physically, like my environment, and like we're getting back on track. Not that we really fell off the track, but we're getting back on it. So we're getting rid of clothes, stuff in the kitchen we don't need, our overthinking, our negative thoughts, our anxiety, slowly but surely. But what I do want to bring in for the rest of the year, maybe into next year, depending on how it vibes with me, is my routine and the things that I get to look forward to, which is reading, journaling, working out, traveling. I don't even know when my next trip is, but I'm excited for it. And just like doing something every day that makes me happy and it's for me and no one else. Just little moments. That's what I want to keep bringing in. And maybe even like getting new hobbies. I've been dying to get like a beach cruiser. I think I've mentioned this before. Hopefully, if not by the end of the year, hopefully next year I will have it. But that is to be determined. Anyways, just really what I want to keep in my life is just like stuff that makes me happy and in my schedule and routine that I know that works, that keeps me like going in the right direction and keeps, because I'm not turning back. I'm not going down that negative hill. There's so much that like I've done to get this far. So it's like, it's nice to do a little reset to like remind myself that like you got off track a little bit. We can still finish the year good. We can keep going with what's working. And I think like for the next 4 months, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. 4 months, not even, probably like 3.5 months really, of like the biggest takeaway I think is that I want to keep being present. I think that's something I've definitely gotten off track. And I've been like, because I think with me, it's so easy to be like, okay, what's next? Hurry up. You got to get this done. You got to go have fun at this dinner. And, oh, okay, get to bed because you have this next thing. And, oh, all right, it's Sunday night. You got to prepare for the week. It's like, I used to not live my life like that. I used to go out, have fun with my friends, go to school. Maybe that's why it's different, because it was school. But I had endless plans and I still like enjoyed life. I wasn't so focused on the next thing, I guess. But I was still preparing for my future. So it's like, how do I bring that back? Maybe I just need a time machine, but I also don't want to go back at the same time. So yes, be more present. That's the gist of my long story. And feel healthy and just be at peace, really. I think that's one thing I've like slowly gained back this year, but I'm still not fully at peace and like fully healed with my life and past stuff and potential future stuff. It's just a work in progress. That's it. And I'm doing what I can. So think to yourself, like, what do you want the rest of your year to feel like? What's working for you? What's not? What is like just a bigger goal that you can bring in for these 3.5 months left? Not really like something to accomplish, just like something that you like that isn't working in your life that you want to like make slow progression with. Because before we know it, it's going to be 31st. And, we always have like, oh, or maybe not you guys, but for me, I'm like panicked of like, okay, like, I got to get all cleaned and organized. And it's like, but don't clean on these days. You're going to, and like all this stuff. And it's like, oh, was this year good? Was it bad? Like, I need to start fresh and perfect by the 1st. And as all these thoughts are coming around, you're like, okay, you stop and think, what made me feel really proud this year? And it doesn't have to be anything big. It could just be you spent more time with your family. You worked on your mental health, your physical health. You traveled somewhere you've always wanted to go. You started a new hobby. You made new friends. You finally stopped giving energy into things and people that didn't deserve it. Because for me, I definitely underestimate how meaningful a simple, peaceful life is, because I don't think I've ever known peace ever. I don't think I've ever fully appreciated peace ever, because there's always been something. And as someone that's in fight or flight, you can't just like chill out. So think about now, like how you want to feel at the end of the year, and like what made you so happy, what brought you peace, what made you so proud. And, you know, we still have time to work towards that. And if the rest of your 3.5 months, nothing changes, there's still so much to be proud of. So don't stress about it. I'm just trying to like make sure I end my year on such a strong note, because I put so much work. This has been such a unique year for me with new goals and new hobbies I picked up. And like, it's been such a peaceful year compared to last year. So like anything that happens, I'm happy. And on the other end of things, if you're like, I haven't done anything and I'm bummed out about it, don't worry. You got 3.5 months. That's more than enough time to pick up a new habit or hobby, right? And literally anything can happen. You can meet the love of your life. You could get a new career. You can travel somewhere new. You can get a new hobby. You could just literally read one book. I was just with someone and they just turned 30 and they're like, I haven't read 20 books in my life. And like, I'm sure they have, but it's like, you're like, panicking that like you didn't do something. You still got time. And if you don't read all those books by the end of the year, you got next year and you can just add on to your goal. Just like the thing is, we have to be realistic of what we can accomplish. And like, once you get into the groove of things and it's in your routine, it's way easier. Because for me, I ebb and flow out of like reading back-to-back books, and then I don't touch a book for like a couple weeks or something because something else came up. But if I had it my way, I would read a book at least every week, if not more. But I have responsibilities that keep me from doing that. So remember, it's not too late. You can still do what you need to do. You can make those adjustments. That is why we're having this little like mid-year, 3.5 months mid-year reset of like, let's make these changes. So by January 1st, they're already in our routine and we're like happy and at peace with ourselves and our accomplishments. And that's really it. That's my mid-year reset. I keep saying mid-year, but it's like almost the last quarter of the year reset. And it's like, hey, we're not trying to become a completely different person. I'm just trying to be more intentional, more at peace with myself, getting rid of things I don't need in my house. And I'm really just trying to look forward to the rest of the year. Like, it's almost Halloween. I think that's one of my favorite holidays. So it's just like little things to look forward to. And this is your reminder. You don't have to wait, and you don't even have to start over. You just gotta clean out your closet and say, this is what I'm taking with me. So here's to amazing 3.5 months left of the year, letting go of what is no longer serving us, bringing in what brings us peace, doing things that make us happy so that we can end the year on a positive, proud note, because we know that we did what we could to get this far, and we're going to keep going and growing. So thank you so much for listening in. Make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to ask yourself, okay, but are you good? And I'll catch you all next week. Bye.